Good morning, Scorpions, and welcome to our third edition of the Scorpion Sports Network, your go-to for all things sports and school spirit. I'm Lily Flores, your host for today's episode. Let's dive right into today's announcements. Do you enjoy event planning and getting involved in school culture? Then you might be interested in ASB or Link. If so, then stop by the activities office to pick up an application, which will be due April 4th. Next up, if you or your family are in need of any health services, St. Mary's Mobile Van and IEHP will be on our campus to help. You can make an appointment by calling 760-946-8169, and walk-ins are welcome too. The dates for this service are March 11th, April 8th and 22nd, May 6th, and the 20th. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Speaking of things you don't want to miss out on, yearbooks are on sale in the student store for $85 with an ASB card and $95 without. But here's a heads up, yearbooks have been sold out the last 3 years, so make sure to get yours before they're all gone. Here at Scorpion Sports Network, we like to appreciate hard work. So we took a moment to highlight one of our boys tennis players, Erik Velasquez. Let's take a look.
Tennis is more than just a game for Erik Velasquez. It's a journey of growth, passion, and perseverance.
What initially drew me to tennis was my friends joining in first, and then they kind of just told me to join. I was like, okay, whatever, it's tennis, blah, blah, blah. But then I kind of started playing it, and I was like, oh my God, this is pretty fun.
From a hesitant freshman to a driven senior, Erik's journey wasn't without its challenges.
I think he's a hard worker. He's dedicated. He figures out what he wants to do, and then he goes full force after it. And on the pyramid, he's industrious. He believes in that he's a hard worker no matter what it is, on or off the court, in the classroom, on the court, even with the friendships and everything else. He works hard.
Having different coaches across each one of my years of playing has definitely, there's a lot of pros and cons because each coach coaches differently and gives you advice differently, so you have to kind of adapt to that. But in general, though, having different coaches, it's kind of told me to just kind of take it in general and not to be too specific with what I'm doing.
He's definitely grown quite a bit. When I first met him, he was kind of hesitant to join the team. I had to beg him practically to come play for us. And as he started to get into it, he started to enjoy it more. He would come with me on the weekends to play, and honestly, he's improved quite a bit.
Competing down the hill gave Erik memorable experiences and challenged him to face tougher opponents, pushing him to grow as a player.
My experience playing down the hill was definitely a lot of memorable moments I've had. You know, I've came second place, I came third place in a bunch of these tournaments that I played in, but the reason why I was choosing to play in these tournaments was to just try and just get better in general and try and prepare for my senior year and my junior year, but to also just see the competition down the hill.
It's been fun because he's been trying to find different ways to get better, and then he always maintains his schoolwork. He makes sure that he's home, gets plenty of rest, takes care of his body and all that stuff so he can take care of his mind and make sure that he's on top of his grades and all that other good stuff.
What made me fall in love with the sport of tennis is not even just playing the sport, because obviously it's a great time, but honestly, it's really just understanding me, and it's just only me versus my opponent in front of me. Tennis isn't so much of a physical sport, but as it is a mental sport.
For Erik Velasquez, tennis is more than just a sport. It's a lifelong journey of self-improvement, resilience, and passion. From Hesperia Broadcasting, I'm Saul Alvarez, reporting.
What a great highlight video. Amazing job on what you do out there, Erik. Make sure you don't miss out on tennis's next match. Continuing with the announcements, prom tickets are on sale in the student store. Prices are $160 with an ASB card and $170 without. We also have payment plans available with a deposit of $50. Just a reminder, be sure to place your deposit or purchase your ticket at the same time as your friends to be on the same bus. There will be no bus changes and no refunds, so don't wait. Now let's turn our attention to the track team, where our athletes have been putting in some serious work from sprinting to hurdles. We've seen some incredible performances that showcase the true grit and determination of our Scorpions. Let's take a look at the latest track highlights and see who's been setting the pace.
You got
amazing showcase of speed and strength from our track team. Keep up the great work, everyone. Now let's jump into this week's games. Today, boys and girls wrestling are going to CIF in Bakersfield at 7 a.m. Varsity baseball is home at 3 p.m. and boys tennis is home at 3:15 p.m. On Friday, boys and girls wrestling will continue at CIF at 10 a.m. and varsity softball will face Granite Hills at 2 p.m. On Saturday, track and field will be at Vista Marietta High School at 8 a.m. Don't miss out on supporting our amazing teams. This is Lily Flores signing off and passing it over to Hannah with the rest of our announcements.
Good morning, Scorpions. I'm Hannah Jones, continuing today's announcements. To start off, we will be highlighting a Scorpion who has been standing out for their team. This week's Scorpion standout goes to wrestler Paulo Valdez. Over the season, he has been showing strong determination and skill on the mat. This year, Paulo has been named 4-time Emerald Champion and 3-time Masters Champion. His outstanding performance continued to set the bar high for our wrestling team. A huge congratulations to Paulo for his amazing contributions. We can't wait to see what you accomplish in the future. It's no secret that HHS is packed with talent, but it's not just because of our current students, but also our past Scorpions. Let's shine the spotlight on one of our incredible alumni who has been making waves in the classroom and on the court, Mr. Lynch.
My name is Sean Lynch. I'm a math teacher here at Hesperia High School. I played basketball and golf. Mostly probably my dad. I grew up, my dad's a big time sports person, so we watched a lot of sports. We played a lot of sports too, growing up. Really his main sports were basketball and golf, so that's pretty much the main sports that we ended up taking on. So I've been playing those sports since I was probably, 5 years old, enough to run around, I wasn't really the best basketball player. I was more of a role player when it came to basketball, but I just do remember having a really good game against Oak Hills. That's our rival and everything, so I just remember having a really good game against them. I want to say I think I scored around 12 points, maybe 15 points. That's probably some of the most points I've ever scored. I had good defensive plays, ran the offense like we were supposed to, made it a good game, So I think that's probably one of the most memorable for basketball. For golf, I just really enjoy some of the guys that I used to play with. I played golf with a guy pretty much every time we played in a match. We ended up in the same group together, but we always just had a good time out there playing. It was good vibes, so that was probably the most memorable part about it. I stopped coaching for a while just to kind of because it takes up a lot of time. Coaching takes up a lot of time, but I'm starting to get back into coaching. I think a lot of you guys have heard I'm gonna jump into volleyball. I'm gonna help with strength and conditioning with volleyball. I'm gonna start doing probably some training with basketball as well, with girls basketball. So. Kind of jumping back into it a little bit. I don't know, not saying I'm going to end up doing it full time again, but at least jumping back in and doing a little bit here and there. I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. So try to get back in and do a little bit more.
It's so cool to see the different ways our teachers make their marks here at HHS and how they continue to show off their Scorpion pride. That's all for today's episode of Scorpion Sports Network. Be sure to stay tuned for next month for more updates and behind the scenes looks on our athletes. Thank you for watching. I'm Hannah Jones, signing off.
Buenos noches, Scorpions. Me llamo Nehemiah. What's the point in sports?
What have you?
We're here with
Gavin.
And what sport do you play?
I play soccer.
What's the point in soccer?
To win.
Why?
Because it's fun winning.
What makes it fun?
Seeing the other team cry after you win.
We're here with D4 tennis player, Diesel Mineta.
D1.
And what's the point in tennis?
Playing a sport. What's the point in broadcast?
We service the public.
We also service playing against other teams.
By wearing short shorts and hitting balls with rackets?
That is a wonderful generalization of tennis. Thank you.
We're here with
Annabelle Sanchez.
And what's the point in basketball?
Point in basketball is to get the orange ball to the hoop. That's it.
And why are women better at basketball than men?
women are better at basketball than men because
We're here with Nicholas Wheeler. Nick, what do you do?
I am a math teacher, a computer science teacher, and for the football team, I'm the offensive coordinator.
And how could you define football?
Football to me is pretty much the ultimate team sport. You get to learn how to work with others. You learn discipline. You learn about leadership. Yeah, it's just a really good team sport.
Who did you vote for?